Hi guys! So this video is about my experience at the NARBC Tinley Park Reptile Convention. It's every March and October, and this October it was only a couple days after my birthday, which was October 11th. So it was awesome to come and see my friends and see my reptile family. I always love seeing everybody, especially it's such a big show, so many people come. A lot of my friends are from all over the country, and it's a great way to see everybody in one place. So we ended up getting a big Airbnb house, and we had quite a few of us staying there. So in the evenings, we got to hang out and socialize, and I think some people did videos, and it was just a really good time. So I got to work with Reach Out Reptiles and Garrett Hartle this entire weekend, and I loved being at that booth. If you saw our booth at Tinley, then you know how unique it was. So it kind of looked like a coffee shop with some snake displays on it. It was very welcoming, and it kind of got you out of the way of traffic because it was almost like a U shape. It has a little bar that you can sit at and charge your cell phone or your iPad if it's dying, and it was just really cool. So I hope if you see us at Tinley, you won't hesitate to come and see me in March and introduce yourself. I'm not scary, I'm not mean. I'll promise I'll be nice. But I have trouble recognizing people from online into real life. So if you see me, please come and introduce yourself because I want to meet you. I love meeting people that have been following me and that I've interacted with online. So if you see our coffee shop booth, hopefully we'll have actual coffee next time in March, but it's awesome. Garrett is a mastermind at marketing and cool ideas. He works with super dwarf and dwarf reticulated pythons. For most people, reticulated pythons get much too big for them to keep for their entire lives. So he's working on line breeding and shrinking them down with the same amazing personalities and curiosity, just in a smaller size. That's easier for the general public to keep and raise and keep for their entire lives. So if that's something you're interested in learning more about, he's on YouTube at Reach Out Reptiles and also on Instagram and Facebook. One of my favorite things to do at reptile shows is people watch. So it's even better than airports because there are so many people from every walk of life in this industry, and it's really cool to meet new people and learn how they got into it and learn what brought them into this industry full of animals that are so unique and so wonderful. So some people are born into it. Some people, they learn from their friends or family. Some people learn from YouTube, from educational shows, from zoos, and they really spark an interest in these animals and want to learn more and eventually end up at these shows. So it's really cool to see everybody getting along and being friendly to each other, and it's pretty awesome. I will be going to 3 shows for sure next year. I will be in Pomona in January in California. I will be in Arlington, Texas in February, and then again at the March Tinley. So I will be working with Matt Byram Exotics in February at Arlington. So come by and see us there. And I will be working again with Reach Out Reptiles for the March Tinley. So yes, please again, just don't hesitate to come up and say hi. I will be nice. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my favorite part of this year's Tinley Park. Every Saturday night at most of the big shows, and I'm sure at some of the smaller ones too that I haven't been to, there's a charity auction for USARK. And USARK stands for the United States Association of Reptile Keepers. They go to battle for us legally. Anytime legislation goes through, whether it's on a state or federal level, they go to fight for us. So we can continue keeping and breeding and loving the animals that we care about. There are a lot of laws that want to keep us from keeping certain animals, and USARK helps protect us against those. So they definitely deserve our support, and if you guys have extra time at shows, go ahead and volunteer, donate, whatever you can do. They deserve everything we can possibly give them because they work very, very hard to help preserve our industry. So the auction is very loud and very hilarious and very rowdy, but it all goes to a good cause. It's a great time. I always play the Vanna White, get to pass the auction items around and collect payment. So if you go to any of the big shows, you'll probably see me at the auction almost every time, if I can make it. So something awesome happened at this auction. Occasionally we do auction some items off for different organizations or people in the hobby that have had unfortunate events or just hard times. And one of our biggest friends of the industry, Tel Hicks, had a very unfortunate accident recently, and he was now paralyzed from the neck down. They are hoping for some partial or full recovery. I've heard that he does have some mobility in his fingers at this time, so hopefully that continues to heal and he can come back and be a part of us again. So if you don't know who Tel Hicks is, I encourage you to go Google the name. It's Tellhicks. And what will pop out on your browser is some of the most amazing animal artwork that I have ever seen. His attention to detail is just immaculate. It's almost photorealistic. Chances are you have seen some of his artwork in either books or paintings or online. He's just an incredible, incredible man. And we did have about 20 auction items that went towards Tel Hicks and his family. And we ended up raising over $68,000 just on those 20 items, and then a donation bucket going around at the end. So I know there's a lot of negativity that goes on in our industry, a lot of cruelty to one another, a lot of judgment, a lot of picking on one another, but when it really matters, people step up. I'm getting chills. Last time I filmed this without sound, I was crying a lot. So I'm not crying now because I got super frustrated with the camera and the equipment. So that's still there. But it's just really touching to my heart to see everybody come together for somebody that makes a huge difference in our industry. And Tel, if you do get to watch this, you're so special to all of us. And there's so much healing energy being sent to you. And I hope that you get to see this because we all love you. We all care about you and wish you the best and fastest recovery humanly possible. So we definitely missed you at Tinley. So that was definitely my favorite part of this year's Tinley. And the auction is so fun. So if you do get to go to a big show, make sure you hit that auction because it's a blast. And we're going to go ahead and cut to what I picked up at Tinley. So now that I've filmed, like I can't even, my train of thoughts. But I picked up 3 snakes at Tinley and I'm going to show you those. So I hope you like them because they're super cute. So I know the lighting isn't as good over here because I was using the window. I'm working on gathering all the equipment I need for decent and quality YouTube videos. I got a new camera. I got a new mic that I haven't figured out yet, obviously, because I'm having to film this all over again. And I got a drone, so that will be exciting once I figure that out. I'm not great with technology. I get super frustrated when I can't figure it out, but I can do this. And I will hopefully put out some really awesome videos after the first of the year. The lights are next, so I don't have to film during the day by the window. And I'm just going to show you what I picked up at Tinley. So our first one is one that I actually bought. And I barely ever buy animals because so many animals are given to us and donated to our program that I feel like I'm just taking up space that could be used for a rescue. But every once in a while there is an animal that really touches my heart and I feel is super unique and I really want to add to my family. So we're going to show you him. All right, so here he is. Let's see, focus, there we go. So this is a little piebald ball python, but he has a really cool black spot. Like, I just thought it was super unique and super awesome. The fact that I can actually afford to buy a pied ball python now is really special because I have always wanted one ever since they first came out as a mutation. But back then they were $15,000 and there was no way I was ever going to be able to afford one. But now the price has come down quite a bit. I got him from Matthew Lee and I can't remember his business name right now because I lost the card that came with him, but I will make sure to find that and post it in the description so you guys can check out his stuff. He was labeled as the crazy pastel pied, and he is pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. I love that little black spot. It is a male and he will need a name. This is actually super special because it is the first ball python I have ever purchased. I was trying to remember today if I had ever bought one, and I don't think I have. They've always been either bought for me or donated or given to me because of some kind of defect. So he's the very first one. So congratulations, Matthew. I finally gave somebody my money for a ball python. It's not that I don't like them, but they're the most common animal we do get in our rescue, so usually I have no reason to buy one. But he's so unique and so awesome. He will need a name, so if you guys want to help with that, that would be fantastic. So our next animals, I picked up 2 boa constrictors, and I really went to Tinley with no intention of taking home any animals, but that never works out. And I think most of you understand. So these 2 were actually given to me because they have a defect or an injury that made them unsellable, unfortunately. So I will show you those. All right, so these 2 girls, there's 2 of them here. They are Sunglow Possible Het Leopard. And unfortunately, they got eye infections at birth and didn't respond to treatment, so both of them are completely blind. They're beautiful, beautiful snakes. And they will go into our program as misfits. And if you're not familiar with our program and what we do, we take in animals like this who can't be sold in the pet trade or that breeders would cull otherwise, and we give them a home, we give them a purpose, and we use them for education. They're pretty wiggly. But these guys are fantastic. They're nice and healthy. Aside from their eyes, there's nothing wrong with them. They're really beautiful animals, and they will go to help many people understand and learn about snakes. So I love boa constrictors. I actually bred them for a while before I switched over to rescue. And they've always been one of my favorite to keep, because they're super fun. They can usually be tamed down very nicely, and they love to eat, which sometimes I get frustrated with the ball pythons because of that fact. But these guys, yeah, they're very young right now, and they will be handled and socialized and eventually added to our program. So I may adopt one out to one of our volunteers because she's very interested in one, but I definitely want to keep at least one in the program. And even though it goes to one of our volunteers, they will still make it to our educational shows. That's why I love adopting to my volunteers, because I still get to use them. Unfortunately, I didn't get to walk around the show very much. Kind of before and after everybody was set up and torn down, I got to see a few people. But if you want to see the actual show, go check out Always Evolving Pythons. He's got 3 vlogs out already about Tinley Park, and he highlights quite a few people and quite a few animals and just kind of shows you around the show. Brian Cusco will also be adding a vlog about Tinley Park, and Catalia will also have one as well. So I will try to put everybody's Instagram and or YouTube in the comments or the description so you guys can go find that, because I did not get any footage whatsoever. But I was working the whole weekend and I had a blast. I love talking to people about reptiles. It was nice to meet new people and see people that I've only seen on Instagram or Facebook, and it was a lot of fun. So if you guys do get to hit up Tinley, please come see me. I will also be at Pomona in January, that's in California, and Arlington, Texas for the NARBC show there in February. So yeah, hit me up. Please don't be shy, because I'm actually really nice. I'm never really mean to people. See you guys later.